Welcome to yet another brain dump. I would like to make a video with cards soon, so I'll plan on that. But speaking of planning, as I said in my last video, I've been planning my 2026 when it comes to academics, learning, expanding the mind, and also getting ready to take the entrance test to get into psychology. Needless to say, I am terrified. I am. And I've been processing that the past 2 days, I think, since I started planning. I mentioned to a friend that finally choosing and not just leaving it all up to life, the universe, God, is scary because it feels like I can finally be truly judged because I cannot blame anyone else but myself for how things turn out. Taking control freaks me out. But I am slowly but surely getting over it. Something that I've been mulling over is work, money, those two things, same thing. I've kind of waited, maybe most of my adult life, for things to fall on my lap / follow my intuition. So I don't like talking about myself like that. I have done things. They have just gone badly because I didn't have the me pillar. I didn't have myself, really. I didn't know how to regulate a living, breathing adult. So, especially an adult as sensitive as I am. But I've learned, and I feel like I've got it now. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't know what my next step forward in that area is. Someone is coming. And I asked my intuition what it is that you... One second, I need to let this person pass. Otherwise, I cannot continue. Buenas. I asked my intuition. And the answer that I got is something I've heard before, which is once you're ready to take that step forward, your heart will know. Because I really want to focus on heart-centered decisions because now I know that that's what's going to make my plan actually last. The fact that my heart is in it. Once I'm ready, my heart will let me know. Once I'm ready, my heart will be in it. I am thinking about English teaching, which is a total possibility, but I don't want to do it. And I wonder if I don't want to do it because it is a total possibility. Because it is finally making a decision. However, I do not agree with that point of view. I know that the reason I don't want to do it is because I don't feel like my heart is in it. It could be in it in the future. It's that kind of thing that I gotta let it breathe. I can't decide right now. I can't know right now. I know that it is something that I need to let breathe. So I'm letting this topic breathe. But it could be that. It could be actually a miracle, because my life has been full of those. The job that comes in that I am willing to have uncomfortable moments for, you know? The job I'm willing to be uncomfortable for. For example, that same friend asked me yesterday, when you think about your plan, when you think about your plan getting uncomfortable, when you think about not enjoying your plan? Do you still want to do it? And my immediate reaction was like, hell yes. Totally and absolutely. Now there's someone else coming, and I think I need to wait to let them pass. Buenos dias. Okay. It's earlier in the day. I'm just gonna go topic. I said everything I could about that. Now, I talked about the fear of having a container, the fear of being contained, because every time I was contained in the past, I had a structure. The people who tried to contain me did not know how to do that. So I developed deep trust issues and also trust issues with myself, which I'm remendando. I am remendando, let's just say that. So having that container, again, kind of freaks me out. And I've decided, look, you can wake up early at sunrise and before sunrise. The sunrise is late here either way, so good. Meditate, because you like meditating in the dark. Then go to the gym. And I'm like, that sounds like a great plan, but it freaks me out to do the same thing every day. And I could switch it up in the sense that I could go later, but I like going in the morning. And I don't know, that's what I did today. I meditated and then I pushed myself to the gym. It's not that I didn't want to go or didn't want to do those things. I'm more than happy to do those things. I had a blast and a half at the gym. And that's what I mean. I want my heart to be within my decisions. It's just like the same freaking phrase, which is what I'm gonna title this video. What if this isn't sustainable? What if this isn't sustainable? That is on a loop in my head because I have put myself in situations that weren't sustainable in the past. So now I'm very... There's a word. There's a better word. Well, I'm very scared. There's a lot of fear in the air. But I'm doing it scared. I'm taking the steps. I think the fact that I'm constantly asking myself if what I'm doing is sustainable is showing me that what I am doing is sustainable, because that is my main fucking focus. That is my main focus, is making sure that I am doing something that my heart is in, that my energy wants to flow to, that I am more than happy to do. And if it gets uncomfortable, I'll take a fucking pause. I'll take a break. I curse because I'm scared. I'm just like, push yourself, you can do this. But I also know the importance, especially with me, of softness, of listening to myself, because that's what makes my heart, my inner child, my inner voice feel at ease, knowing that this container is meant to let me dance freely. Because before, just nothing got done. And I grew a lot. I cannot say that nothing got done, because I grew a lot. I definitely did. I learned so much. And I am the person that's sitting here in front of you today, being able to say, I know I'm going to do these things because I know I can. There's no doubt in my fucking heart. It's just the trauma, the fear, talking. Like, I can't do it. I know how to process my emotions so well. That's what I've been working on. That's why nothing could get done, because my emotional world, my mental health, my softness, recovering that was my main priority. So building a world outside of myself didn't actually make sense. And now it sounds all structured, like I had a plan and that's what I wanted. That's how I wanted things to go down, and like I had a structure to be able to develop myself, to grow my inner structure, to be able to grow structures outside of me. That wasn't planned at all. Honestly, divine providence, the fact that I am who I am today. And that is why I'm also, when it comes to the work, I also want to let it breathe, because I know, and it's gonna be hard for me to process, but I just know God has amazing plans for me, and that I just need to let it breathe a little bit. I know I need to plan, and I need to do my own 50% of the bargain. You know, I need to work for what I want, but I feel like, and I have time to feel like this, which is also good. I feel like God has something good for me, so I'm letting it breathe, because I still don't have a work permit. So from here to there, there's nothing I can freaking do, unless there's other types of jobs that come my way, like an opportunity to be some sort of virtual personal assistant for a very specific person, and they can pay me in you know, whichever other way, PayPal or whatever. I don't know why I keep going back to that. I thought yesterday. So I had kind of that opportunity, kind of, not exactly, with a friend. And I told him, hey, I'm available. He didn't want it because we were friends. And he thinks it's a bad idea to hire a friend. Don't blame him. I don't blame him. But I also was talking to myself yesterday and saying, I think I am holding on to that because it's kind of like the supposed ideal. And I don't know, like it keeps me waiting, hoping that he will change his mind, hoping that something like that will come along. It keeps me in waiting. It keeps the hope alive that I could have the perfect thing. But I told myself, believe me, that job that you're idolizing is not the perfect job. You're probably not gonna love it all the time. But I don't fucking care about that. Just like side note, I don't fucking care if I don't love it all the time. What I want is my heart to be in it. I don't fucking love reading all the time, but my heart is in it. I have a reading list for this year, and I'm gonna fucking do it because my heart is in it. I am so excited to be the person who got to read those books. And I'm not setting up crazy standards for myself. And I want, maybe someday I can be a psychologist, or like, I don't know how to call it. I just want the title more than I want to be a psychologist. I want the knowledge more than I want to be a psychologist. And I want credible knowledge. I want it from an institution. I want the university life experience. And I am so afraid I'm getting myself into something I don't want to be in, that I won't enjoy my classmates, that I won't enjoy the society that I'm in. But it doesn't fucking matter. Okay. My point is that that's the main thought in my head, is that how am I gonna find a job that my heart is in? Because I need at this point, I'm like, I need it. I really want my own home. I really want my own home. And I know it'll come with its pros and its cons. But it is time. And I have realized that if I don't plan towards it, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. You need to take the steps, because I've wanted that for so long, but I constantly wait for the perfect opportunity, for the God-given thing, and it fucking comes. Being here in Europe was fucking God sent. You don't know that story, but it was, okay? So like, just, I know that life replies back to my energy. And I am wondering that hopefully this time I am ready to sustain that job that is good for me, that my heart is in. Because I manifested it before, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted. Monetarily, it was just a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess working for her. But I did get the dream pay offer, and the dream times, and the dream flexibility. But there was so much shit that I couldn't sustain it. So I am hoping that this time I can sustain it, and I can finally be that woman. That woman, you know, like I keep imagining this woman who is myself, who, like, a friend comes over from another country, or you just meet a random stranger and real connect with them, and it's cold, I don't know, and you're like, should we go back to my house and just talk? Or if it's a friend, like, cook, watch movie, whatever. And you open, like, I keep seeing that scene where you, like, open the door and your friend this person has never seen where you live. And this home is such, like, a representation of your independence and who you are. And you open the door and they come in and they just see you. They really see you. I feel like maybe I'm seeing myself. They really see you, like, whoa, this is who you are. You know, like, I really love interior design, so that goes into that as well. Just like them seeing my creative side, like my creative side being seen, my strength being seen, my capability to take care of myself being seen. All of that I would like to be seen, and that's like what this home represents. I'd never said that before out loud. Like, I'm ready for that now. I did not know before when I wanted it. I was surviving. I was trying to get myself out of shitty situations. Now, it's about living. It's about creating. About being creative. About having a space to flow in. A space that makes me feel held. Maybe that's too much to ask for, but I know I can hold myself, and sometimes it's hard. Like yesterday was hard. It was hard to sit down and meditate because I just felt so uncomfortable. But I know that in those moments, this is the life hack that I have learned for myself. Sometimes you think that being held looks like meditating. Sometimes you think like being held is going for a walk. Sometimes you think being held is hugging a tree. Sometimes you think being held is journaling. BS. No. Those things are pushing yourself. Being held is having comfort food that you know is healthy enough. You know, you're not gonna hurt yourself. But being held is having comfort food. Being held is watching I don't know the word, sub-rated movie that you just enjoy because it's just cheesy and it makes you happy. Feeling held is ordering in. You know, like, I'm just feeling held is holding your stuffed animals to your heart while having a blanket around you and watching some YouTube videos to get your mind off the pain. That is what being held looks like. We think that being held is eating healthy, going to the gym, meditating, everything I said before. But that's not being held, that's pushing yourself. And the fact that you push yourself doing things that fill you up does not take away from it being work or it being pushing yourself either way. I didn't say that very well, but what I'm trying to say is that, yeah, meditating can be very relaxing and can make you feel good, but that is work. That is not being held. Being held, as I said, is ordering in, having a cup of wine, listening to music that just makes your heart melt, And what I mean melt is that I feel like when I feel pain, my heart feels tense. Music that makes my heart melt. Going out to a place I want to go out and having, like just sometimes being held is getting your mind off of the problem. Sometimes being held is distracting yourself. And I think maybe people's brains go to the extremes. Well, if I distract myself all the time, then I am going to see my life downward spiral and it's gonna be awful. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. And if we believe that, you don't know how to hold yourself. I'm talking to myself. Don't feel like personally attacked, by the way. But if you constantly say, if I do this, and you just take it to the extreme, you really don't know how to hold yourself, and you really don't know how to keep balance. Keeping balance is knowing when to eat junk food, knowing when to sleep in, knowing when not to go to the gym, knowing when not to meditate, knowing when to distract yourself, and knowing when not to do those things. That is true balance. And I feel like that is the main key, and I'm literally letting it set in right now. That is the main key that I'm taking on with me to this next chapter. Is you don't have to be perfect. Holding yourself looks like being messy. And saying that out loud right now feels like me breaking something so big, and so much worry is melting away right now as I am speaking, because I know that I do not give a blooming shit about the freaking standards that people are talking about in the freaking internet. I know how to listen to myself. And past years that I got nothing done, what I learned was to not listen to anybody else and listen to my intuition. Now I am ready to listen to other people through reading Substacks, to watching YouTube videos, to going to uni, through reading books, to doing those things. I am ready. But the past years were about building myself, about trusting my own intuition. And now I know that no one knows better about myself than myself. That sounds conceited, like you are. Oh my god, she thinks she knows everything. Oh my god. Yes. Yes, I do. Your opinion about my actions and the way, it's like parenting. Your opinion about how I parent my child is none of your fucking business. And I'm just getting angry about this because I need to get it out, I needed to hear that. It's none of your fucking business how I parent my child. I need to parent myself every freaking day. From the moment I open my eyes to the moment I close them, I need to parent myself. I need to take care of myself. I need to make sure that that child feels held morning through night. And when they feel like they need to push themselves in the playground, when they feel like they want to do that crazy stunt, they know that they have me to hold them, to give them what they need. Oh my fucking god. Wow, let's just take that in. I need to take that in. Let's just take that in for a second. I know how to take care of myself. And people's opinions are noise. I went through something really hard this year, and I think maybe for the first time in my life, I had no idea how to handle it. And I looked for maybe 10 people's opinions. I couldn't shut up about it because I didn't know what to do. And those opinions added to my knowledge so much. So grateful that I had those people there. But in the end, I made that decision. I didn't do what people told me to do. I took the knowledge and I made my own decision. God is that powerful. I feel like us kids, us 20-year-olds are just learning what it is to be ourselves in this world. How does that look like? How does that look like when we have millions, thousands, hundreds of people's opinions around us all the time? People are telling us how to live and they're so sure. I don't give a fuck about your structure. I am building my own, and maybe you will look down on me. Or maybe you'll look up at me. But I don't fucking care, because what's the most important for me is my peace. My peace, the peace that I feel, the peace that I experience, the bliss. I got bliss on camera yesterday. Or the day before that, I think it was yesterday. My own bliss, feeling that is what's actually important to me. God, and if your opinion strays me away from my own bliss, then it could go straight down the drain. And not because I don't value you, not because you don't have something useful to say, but because it doesn't freaking work for me. That was a beautiful ramble. I'm gonna go home now and work on my planning for me next year. I am so excited to do that. I actually had to tell myself, gym first, then you do the planning. I just love planning, and that's why I have a phobia of it now, because I've loved planning, but not... my heart wasn't in it with the plans I made in the past. So I didn't want to take action, because heart, that emotion, pushes you into motion. Isn't that a beautiful thing? And now that I have my emotion in it, you know, my heart it's deeper than feelings, but now that my heart is in it, I am so excited, because I know I have the plan, the structure, and I also have the energy to feel that structure, that container. Well, life is a crazy thing. If you want to comment if this touched you in any way, I love my comments. So, yeah. See you later, alligator. Let's see, I have gloves on.